News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
It looks like a come-from-behind victory for the school district bond issues. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Wednesday, November 4th, 2015, and right now we have 34 degrees in Missoula under a cloudy sky. And these news headlines are brought to you by Missoula Nissan Hyundai. Drive what you want affordably. Stop by Missoula Nissan Hyundai. Find out how leasing may be your best deal on a new car. Well, a little bit flummoxed here this morning because last night went to bed with the results that the bond issues had split. Even the front page of the newspaper this morning said that the bond issues had split. However, as I look at the tally, the most recent tally, with 12 of 12 precincts reporting, here's what we have. On paper, it says here that in the District Number 1 elementary bond passed 10,624 to 7,727 against. The School District 1 high school bond, which we had losing last night, has actually, according to this, come from behind and passed by a vote of 14,020 to 13,838. So, according to this, looks what was a bittersweet night for School District 1 turns out to be a very sweet night indeed. Superintendent Mark Thane said plans will begin immediately to start building and remodeling schools.
Immediately on November 10th, have conversation at the board meeting about engaging the architects to finish the design projects on Lowell and Franklin. We would look to do bids on a number of the deferred maintenance projects early spring. We would also be on November 10th looking for authority to engage some professional services, engineers, etc., to begin that design process.
The vote was close from the outset, and again, we do have that final vote that both issues did advance. So let's go through the city council wards to find out who won. Heidi West defeated Bill Murray. It was Harlan Wells in Ward 2 defeating Jack Rowan. In Ward 3, it was Gwen Jones over Ben Hart. Ward 4 had John DeBarra defeating Patrick Weaselhead. Ward 5, Julie Armstrong defeated Chase Callan. And in Ward 6, it was Michelle Cares over Michael Ellsworth and one other candidate. All of those, aside from Harlan Wells, were progressive candidates. One of the new faces on the city council, Ward 2's Harlan Wells, who said after confirmation of his wide margin of victory over Jack Rowan, he wants to stay true to his vow to cut taxes for city residents.
We ran on a very simple platform that property taxes were too high, and it resonated. And so I will do everything I can to keep property taxes in check and the budget responsible.
Wells will be one of the only conservative voices on the council. All the other winners were turned to be progressive, but he hopes to use his business experience to move the city toward more responsible fiscal management.
I'd like to see the city move away from public spending as its only economic driver. I'd like to see us reach out to more businesses and be more business friendly. If our property taxes continue to be the highest in the state, we're going to be chasing away good paying jobs. So I'm hoping that other council members see that and we start to do a more balanced approach.
Wells had nearly 61% of the vote after initial numbers were released last night. State attorneys are asking the Montana Supreme Court to allow them to enforce medical marijuana restrictions that have been blocked for 4 years by a Helena judge. Oral arguments are scheduled for today. The restrictions aim to ban medical marijuana sales and advertising, plus automatically review any doctor who recommends the drug for more than 25 patients in a year. A vote failed on legislation that would have directed the Environmental Protection Agency to issue a revised Waters of the United States ruling. After all but 4 members of the Democrat caucus voted against it. Senator Steve Daines expressed his disappointment.
But I got to say I'm disappointed that others chose instead to put loyalty to President Obama before the concerns of those people they represent. Because Montanans know that this power grab has more to do with controlling Montanans' land use decisions than ensuring access to clean water like the Clean Water Act intended.
Daines went on to detail his opposition to the expansion of the EPA's power.
This is an ill-conceived rule that provides the EPA unprecedented power to regulate virtually any spot across Montana that is occasionally wet. And this could have a devastating impact on Montana jobs, on Montana's natural resources and ag industries, and Montanans' property rights.
Had the bill passed, President Obama had promised a veto. State wildlife officials say elk hunters in southwestern Montana reported killing 2 female grizzly bears in self-defense last weekend, while 3 other grizzly bear deaths were reported along roadways in northwestern Montana. A hunter near Gardner and a group of hunters near West Yellowstone both reported shooting grizzly bears that charged them after bear spray failed to work. The Gardner hunter told Fish, Wildlife and Parks he came upon a bear feeding on a carcass October 28th. The West Yellowstone hunter said a female grizzly bear with 2 cubs charged them on October 31st. Ravalli County authorities used an undercover sting operation early Saturday to arrest 3 individuals in what's believed to be one of the biggest drug busts in county history. Ravalli County Attorney Bill Fulbright has details.
Acting on a confidential tip that were received, drug detectives and patrol deputies intercepted a very large amount of heroin and methamphetamine coming into Ravalli County. It was in the early morning hours of Saturday.
Fulbright said 47-year-old Marlon Ravello and 23-year-old Mason Gregory Skirbeck of Port Angeles, Washington, along with 21-year-old Crystal Lee Griffin of Stevensville, were arrested and charged with numerous drug offenses.
That have all been charged with conspiracy to distribute the methamphetamine and conspiracy to distribute the heroin here in Ravalli County. They are also charged with similar crimes for the conspiracy to distribute in Missoula County.
Fulbright said the street value of the drugs is approximately $225,000. The Fulbright said 2 of the suspects are in jail on a $100,000 bond. The third bonded out but was rearrested a short time later after failing a random drug test. Well, a rather shocking development here. We went into this morning's preparation thinking that the high school bond issue had failed, but on closer view of the from the city-county election website, it says here, right in front of my eyes, that the yes votes have defeated the no votes, 14,020 to 13,838. So that means that both the School District 1 bond issues apparently have passed. News Talk time now, 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies today with scattered rain and snow showers early. By the afternoon, we top out in the low 40s. We'll have a wind out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Patchy fog this evening. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.